up with Danny's hat? Just started
Christmas lights. What's going on?
Is it on the hat?
Welcome
Yeah.
to the first
Let's
live
go!
stream.
That's the best hat ever.
What's going on?
Welcome to
I'm
the
not keeping it
first-
on all night.
I was gonna say, you guys, we happen to know we are definitely on a delay because I just checked Twitter. We still have 3 seconds until we actually go live.
Okay.
Well, with that being said, welcome to the first ever
Live.
live stream of the SNDP podcast, episode 303. It only took us 303 episodes to try and figure this out, Danny.
Right, yeah, it's about time.
We did. You remember back in the day? Remember back in the day when we were just on YouTube?
Just on YouTube with our
Pepper.
original Apple iPhone headphones that plugged onto the phone. And then, of course, the David Wilson weekly. He's going to get a kick return for a touchdown. That was how long ago that was.
He was our Jeff Jansen.
Jeff Janis, yeah. Only he actually got one, and then like some unfortunately bad things happened.
Yeah, unfortunately a neck injury, but positive things. So let's try to be positive tonight.
When it was the three of us sitting on Steven's bed recording.
All right.
Well, then COVID happened, and we wanted to stop that.
That is. I don't think did we ever go back to in person after.
No, never did.
We didn't have to.
No.
Gas prices started going up, so we all stayed where we were.
Yeah.
What's up, Harris? How's it going?
Hey, we have someone watching us.
My co-host on Blues Views 324, Harris. What's going on, bud?
Thanks, Harris. Thanks for the comment.
Oh, thanks, Vincent, for doing that.
You're welcome. I got the comments. If anybody else comments, I'll pop them on. We'll talk about it. We'll go off.
So,
all right, got this.
All right, there's a lot of talk about the Packers are on the bye week. The Giants and Jets are dumpster fires, which we already know.
Listen, it doesn't matter if the Packers are on a bye week because it's -1 degrees in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
-1 today. That's football weather, boys.
Football weather.
Also, I won't lie. I looked at Buffalo Monday night, and I was like, I'm in.
Also,
I'm in.
Easiest money I ever made in my life.
Vin, yeah. I took
hammered that under.
I took the Patriots money line. I had to sweat it out for a bit, but yeah.
You mean you still sweated after the dumb Bills coach was like, hey, let's kick a 40-yard field goal?
No. I was like, yes.
Yeah. I fell asleep after I probably fell asleep at like halftime. So I saw the Damian Williams touchdown run.
I have him in 3 leagues, so I was amped up for that.
Yeah, I don't know how they scored the second one. Was it the same?
They didn't score a second touchdown. It was field goals.
Nobody scored a second touchdown.
I thought it was 14-7 or 14-10 was the final.
Yeah, no, it was the act 2. They went for 2. That was
they did go for 2. I forgot they went for 2. Okay, you're right. Never mind. I do remember them going for 2. Okay.
Yeah, so that was that. And then I don't know, it just seemed like the Bills just kept trying to throw the ball. Like they don't have a running game.
No, they don't.
They don't, but
they have a complimentary running game. Like it works.
That's why you draft a big armed quarterback in the cold weather. Like that's the whole point. And I know that was extreme cold weather. But that's the whole point of drafting a guy like that in weather like that.
I was listening to I heard on the NFL Network, Eli was on with Brett Favre, and I forgot who host that show is. Hey, be on Discord. Yes, we're watching hockey and streaming. Welcome to what it actually looks like when we're watching sports.
I don't know who.
Wait, if there's baseball season.
Show. I thought he was with Charlie Weiss at one time, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it was Charlie Weiss, but they were talking. Apparently, Favre was apparently when Eli was like 15 and it was Cooper's bachelor party. They were at some bar, and of course Eli wasn't allowed in, so he tried to sneak in with a friend, and Brett invited him to play pool and drink beers with him, and because he didn't know who he was. But then they started, of course, talking about what were they talking about? The game.
They were talking about the game, and they were playing pool. So that was a cool story.
Not that. They were talking about the game when they played each other in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
They're like they like talking about it. Favre likes talking about. Favre did tell a funny story about how his wife's friend was with her for the game, and then they were at his house, and when he got home, she went to go leave, and her car was dead, and he couldn't find the battery in her car. He invited her just to stay over because he was like, I lost the game. It's freezing cold, and I'm standing out here for a half hour trying to find the battery on your foreign car. So we're going inside.
I mean, he has probably 8 bedrooms in that house. Just go pick one.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure
It
they
was
could
funny, but like
sacrifice
still,
him.
like they're talking about it. They both laughed and were like, "Yeah, we were in sleeves. There was no way we were not wearing sleeves that day." But Eli said it was cool because Favre started the trend of the cutout on the jersey. With the hand warmer built in. It looks like a
to
hoodie
the
type
front.
of scenario.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. It was interesting to see them just kind of like standing there. I was reading today Brady is a scuba suit.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yes, and then
And
he
then
told Brian Hoyer, and Brian Hoyer told
Mac.
But
it was so amazing that they only threw the ball 3 times in a whole entire football game. It was.
Is he like he's like the genius of geniuses?
I guess it just happened that they just obviously he's the greatest of all time next to Lombardi and whoever else you want to put there, but and Parcells, but like it's really just simply amazing how the Bills just couldn't stop the run. You knew it was coming.
Well, that was the reporter asked Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, "Are you embarrassed?" And they were like, they were stunned, and they were like, "Why? That's a rude question." I mean, you gave up a touchdown to somebody who threw 3 passes.
He threw the touchdown pass?
No, but they gave up a touchdown to a team that only threw 3 passes.
Oh, right. I was gonna say, I was thinking about, I was like, he definitely didn't throw a touchdown pass because that would have been, but it would have been some record that would never get.
The touchdown was also early in the game, so like, but still, they gave 2 field goals to.
What's up, Glock Roach? My boy.
Oh, Danny's Giant boys coming in. Yeah, that was the thing about Belichick, and I think this is probably, if I can pinpoint the one thing why like the disciples don't work and he works, he doesn't care about anybody's like personal stats. He doesn't care about getting people touches. He doesn't care about any of that. Whatever you got to do to win this game. If that means
your job.
Yeah, if that means I got to throw the ball to Gronk 15 times, fine. If it means that Gronk has to block the whole game, then that's what it is too. I mean, if you play fantasy football, you can't get a Patriot running back for the past. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe this year,
you don't know who the actual running back's going to be.
Yeah, you don't know who it's going to be.
And my boy Damian Harris this year.
But even this year, I have Stevenson on my bench. Stevenson's been good the past 4 weeks.
And look at isn't Michelle having a good year in Los Angeles?
Yes, decent.
Decent. They had him returning kicks. I never thought of him as a guy that would return kicks, though.
He had a good game on Sunday, if I remember. I don't know the stats, but I remember him getting a couple of runs. Granted, it was against the Jags.
Wait, we have things that we can do these things.
The game doesn't really count. Oh, snap.
We have cool technology now, boys.
Let me make my screen bigger.
Sony Michelle.
What up, brah?
Let's
see. Jacksonville. Yeah, you got
121 yards against Jacksonville, touchdown. A couple catches.
Oh yeah, what's his face was.
But hurt. look at the weeks before that.
Darnell Henderson was hurt last week. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so they basically gave him the week off. Is ideally what happened.
I guess he did not play.
Also, feedback from you guys that are watching us would be great, especially through social media after. Anything we can improve on and get better at.
Ideas definitely like and subscribe if you're on the YouTubes. Would be great too.
And Twitter. All likes and Instagrams and
the YouTubes.
I must say, Vin, I like your background.
Thanks.
I don't know. Danny, you threw us off with The Simpsons. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. See, I went back.
I was going Sopranos, but I'm a good friend, and I sent it to someone else. So let's see if he does it on his live tonight.
You know what was interesting about it too? So when Vin and I were testing it, he came on the same way you did, Danny, but he couldn't add any background, so he had to use the brick wall.
I was, if you noticed, I was waiting a long time and I saw settings and I quickly did it. That's why it took me a second to join.
The only thing, Steve, you look at it. Let me add one. It like without logging in, it let me add one virtual background. I couldn't add multiple. So that's why I had the picture of the brick wall. I originally had a picture of. Let's see if I can. I guess I can change it mid thing, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah, let's try that.
Could also remove Vincent. Bye, Vincent. But it's funny because now he can just re-add himself.
Right. So you want to get into
fun.
You want to get into?
I would have been all in. You put it. We're not talking baseball yet. We're still on football. I would have been all in as a season ticket holder. Almost 30 years of going to football games like that weather. The Packer game was the closest we've had to that a couple years ago.
Right, and it wasn't even that bad.
Right. No, so like
the game I would the game I think I
snowing
would
at.
The game I would have said was this. Was it the same year or the year before? It was the Titans game where the rain was just torrential downpour.
There was a Titans game that I remember since you've had your tickets, yes. But there was also, I guess Vin just vanished completely. Anyway, there was a game one of the first couple years there. Maybe even the year after they won the Super Bowl. Hi, Vin. Welcome back.
Little internet connection problem there. I'm back.
Oh, sounds like a normal week for you, huh? Even on here, you have a connection problem.
Yeah.
Optimum problems. Anyway.
Yeah, hashtag optimum problems.
There was a game late in the year where we ended up sitting in the section behind us that was covered because it was just, you couldn't see the field because it was just raining so much. And it was, I think it was Washington they were playing, and it was basically just for a draft pick. So we were like, yeah, it's halftime, we're out of here.
But you're thinking of the last game of the year when it was 10 degrees on New Year's Eve. I didn't go to that game.
No, there was like 5 or 6 years ago before you had your tickets. There was an end of the year game. There was also a New Year's Eve game.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I just ate them. I was like, I'm not doing this. Famous New Orleans Darkwa game, rushing for a long ass touchdown.
You mentioned it, the Packer game. Like that was fun for 2 quarters. Then like I had to buy two new pairs of gloves because the gloves I was wearing were just soaked. And I was like, it got to a point where it was like, okay, I'm glad that we left the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but it was also like, you gotta be better prepared, man. You're an outdoor worksman now. Now you're gonna be more prepared for.
Now I gotta I'm gonna have the Carhartt and I got everything going now.
All right, real American man.
Yeah, exactly.
13 minutes in, we still have 2 people watching us. It's impressive.
Thank you, Roach and Harris.
Shocking.
Oh, shit.
4. Oh God.
Guys, stop logging in on your own equipment so we can. Danny, Johnny's supposed to be sleeping.
Hey, man.
Not watching us.
Anything counts.
We need the bedtime story, right?
Yep.
Disclaimer: we are delayed, and we may slip a curse here or there. But listen, this week it's all about Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm.
Or what was it called, Danny? Did you watch the video that the Talking Giants guys posted?
I didn't watch it before. I had a busy day.
About him from Little League?
Yeah, I didn't watch the video. What was his nickname?
Manchild.
All right. So
and his favorite baseball player is Dylan Strickland because that's everybody's favorite.
Who? Anyway, so
what? You mean Hunter Strickland?
He said Dylan Strickland.
I don't know.
Didn't even know who that is. I'm not even gonna act.
I don't think it's
from Georgia State University.
All right, that's just a made-up person.
Anyway,
I think it was a teammate of his.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Honestly, Jake Fromm, good luck, bud.
So, like, this is confirmed.
Yeah, but the Chargers suck.
He's almost 90. Like, it's obviously Tuesday when we're recording for the podcast. As of right now, Glennon didn't pass protocol on Tuesday, and it looks like Jones is seeing a specialist this week. So all
His season's
things
over.
are pointing. All things are pointing towards Jake Fromm.
I think you should just sign Blake Bortles.
The boat.
Vin, I
Hey,
did
why
that in
not?
Madden just in the honor of nobody else signing him.
We're not expecting much out of Fromm because obviously he couldn't
We
make it.
transferred
the Bills.
somebody.
Oh, we got Thorson, who was our training camp body today.
Clayton Thorson.
Yes, our
That's-
3rd/4th string quarterback.
Clayton
So-
Thorson grew up and went to school with Richie Rich.
Where
And
did
the
he
guy
go?
from Michigan State's still on the practice squad as well.
Drew Stanton.
This guy was a 5th round pick.
Where's
Who,
Drew
Jake or
Stanton?
Thorson?
Thorson.
What was Jake? Where did he end up?
Jake
getting
was the
drafted?
5th round
Buffalo.
as well.
Okay,
2019 5th round pick, 167th overall.
Okay.
And the
Oh,
thing
that
with
was
him
Thorson,
is
not.
He was a fine college quarterback.
he was, and then he just deteriorated for whatever reason his last year, and he's like, "Crap, I gotta leave." Because they went to the national championship his freshman year, and obviously that was a big choke job. And that was good again.
Clayton Thorson was drafted by the Eagles, who got this pick through the Rams, the Chiefs trading it to the Rams, who traded to the Patriots, who traded it to the Eagles.
All right. Well, that just doesn't count. There should be a cap on how many times you can trade a pick. I mean, come on, guys. Get creative a little bit for me once.
Yeah, freshman year he had 24 TDs, 7 picks.
Jake? This is Jake
2000. Yeah, 2018. Sorry, Fromm had 30 touchdowns, 6 picks, and then 2019, his last year as a junior, played 14 games, 24 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So, watching the pre-draft videos because I didn't have time. People watched actual game film. Good for them. It seemed like he's obviously very smart with the ball. He doesn't look to turn. Obviously, he's very cautious with the turnover, especially in college. The only problem with him in his junior year was that he lost accuracy and he doesn't have the strongest arm. So that definitely hurt him a lot, especially with the talent in Georgia that made them look good, I guess. So he was a terrific college quarterback, but obviously there's a reason why he was the COVID quarterback for the Bills last year, who couldn't be with the team. He was like in a bunker somewhere just in case something was to happen. He was ready to go.
In all fairness, I mean, they have a pretty decent quarterback who.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, obviously, but he couldn't beat out Davis Webb and other quarterbacks to be on the every week roster, which says something.
Where's that guy these days? Buffalo.
He's still there, 3rd string,
He's still there.
next to Mitch.
Oh, I forgot. Mitch is their backup.
Mitch, never mind. Family show.
We're delayed. It's okay.
Anyway, so obviously, as Harris said, our offense has already hit rock bottom. It's scary to think it can get worse. Yeah, we know, Harris. Can they score a touchdown this week? I saw somewhere the Giants haven't scored a touchdown with a wide receiver or running back since October. So,
is that possible?
Yeah, tight ends.
They went an entire month without
Tight ends.
receiver scoring a touchdown?
Yeah, Ingram and Myrick and Thomas.
So they didn't run for a touchdown on month.
And
Yeah.
No.
Sounds about right.
running for
Booker.
What kind of offense do you think we run over here, Vincent?
Don LaGreca said it perfectly yesterday, summing up the Jets and Giants, and it was perfectly. It was like watching these two teams is like having Atari when everybody else has a PS5 or an new Xbox, because you're not even watching the same games. That's how terrible their offenses have been. Granted, Wilson had a better first half last week, so good for the Jets with that. Too bad They got buzzsawed by Minshew mania. Unfortunately,
They couldn't
he's
hit
an
an
Eagle,
extra
so I
point if their
hate it.
life depended on it.
Right. So it's really scary on how awful both teams are. They're if we weren't psychopaths, we wouldn't be. God knows the casual fan should just not watch the games. I wouldn't fault them for that. Just this is like on Sunday, it was just a waste of 3 hours, and it was just like, all right, well, this is fun. And then Judge punting on their 48-yard line, 4th and 2, when we were still in reach, was kind of sucky.
Listen, I
But
watched Saturday night a field position game for a half, so I'm all for it. But only if we can play us also a little bit, and also be able to stop Tua. You know,
yeah,
he's one of like the most efficient quarterbacks in the league since he's in the league.
yeah, apparently. Go figure.
I'm like we're bashing that guy, but he's like one of the best quarterbacks in the league since he's.
Well,
been...
he was the stat was, I don't know the exact completions, but he tied or broke a Dan Marino record for most consecutive completions in the first half. So,
well, you and I can go out there and throw completions against our defense.
yeah, the defense is such bend don't break, and it's
That's how
nice.
most defenses are in the league.
Yeah, for the most part. It's just frustrating just watching your defense just give up yards, then red zone, and then they toughen up.
Now they play.
Yeah.
So it also comes down to the three safeties. You know,
Right.
Love. I don't think Love was out there on Sunday.
No, Love is there.
It was basically McKinney was and Logan. You could tell was coming off of COVID. He didn't look 100%.
Right. No, it was the three. It was the three of them, and it was the three of them.
Trying to figure out what Vin's trying to do.
Just wanted to remind you guys of that.
Thanks, Vin.
All right.
Not fun. All right.
Vin,
what happened? What has happened to Saquon Barkley?
What has happened to Saquon Barkley?
He got overused in Penn State, like I said when we were going to draft him.
Got overused in Penn
State.
State.
That you can't. You got look at running backs. Late round running backs are usually not used as much as Heisman hopeful running backs. And think about it. This guy was a punt returner, kick returner, an every down back for 3 years in college. Plus, consider it now put 4 years of high school. That's 7 years for a running back. Running backs only last what? On average, 3 years in the league?
3 or 4. And then obviously last year with the knee injury, and 2 years ago was the ankle, and now this year was the ankle. So guy can't catch a break. He doesn't have that burst that we all know from the rookie year. And yeah, no, hopefully he gets it somewhat back. Or hopefully we either trade him. I know a lot of people are excited for that.
He's going to be a great complimentary back for AJ Dillon.
We already have one.
When they cut Jones because he makes so much money, they decided to finally pay Rodgers in the offseason.
I mean, they're not going to cut him. They just signed his contract, but I get what you're saying. That is obviously the problem with Saquon is the pedigree and the draft stock and the money at the moment is not worth it. But he'll be somebody. The other thing is him as a change of pace back he was never that consistent. I feel like he was always
he'll do the
he's a home run hitter kind of thing.
Yeah, he's strictly a home run hitter. It was nice to see him actually get some dirty yards in the game the other day, so that was nice to see.
I'm still trying to figure out what the ballet jump spin thing.
I don't know either. I'll take it.
What a waste of a move.
It's what sucks with Saquon, and he's a good dude. He works hard. We know he wants to win. It was just the worst possible pick for a team that was basically strapped up with duct tape and glue and praying we were going to have another good year, and that 2017 was a fake year and 2016 was actually the real Giants team. And they went for it and failed miserably. So Just hopefully for whatever it's worth, there's 5 games left, 6 games left. Hopefully they find something positive offensively, whether Daniel Jones comes out or not. Obviously, we'd like to see Jones play because we still don't know. Well, okay, I know Vin's gonna jump down my throat, but
I'm gonna let you just.
hang
Listen.
myself. All right, but we don't.
I'm gonna
We
give you
Before we
an
even
appropriate
instead of even going down that yet, because we're nowhere near that part of the what's going to happen. If we're looking directly at this right now, okay, we're looking at the 2018 draft. Out of
I was gonna say you're lucky. Sam
out
Darnold
of the
isn't
next
good.
1, 2, 3,
Right.
4, I'm gonna say up to Josh Allen. The only two guys I wanted was Quinn Nelson or Josh Allen.
Right.
That's it. Behind that, there's not really anybody else. Okay, Minka Fitzpatrick. Okay, Edmonds is good. Darwin James is good, but you're not going to take one of those guys at 2.
They're obviously lucky with that scenario of how the draft played out, but it's just
if it was anything, it was Quinn Nelson at 2. That should have been the way that it.
I don't disagree, but again, I think Danny's point was they thought they were close. That's a pick you make when you're close. You could have traded back and got Minka Fitzpatrick, got Derwin James, got Jair. I think
Right, you could have
not
traded
even
out
that. You
of
could
the
have
2.
gotten Quentin Nelson because you mean to tell me the Jets one pick before they gave up a lot to get the Colts pick. So
right,
Dave Gettleman's full of shit when he said that no one
all aboard
was
the Ollie
going.
train. Sorry,
What?
we're going all aboard the Ollie train.
Like Dave Gettleman's full of shit when he said that that no one offered him a pick. I don't know.
He doesn't make trades.
Well, this year he did.
Well, yeah, but nobody offered him picks. You pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, Colts, what do you want for your pick?"
Yeah.
Hey, Bills,
and it's one more
why
pick.
don't you move up?
One higher pick than the Jets, you would have gotten maybe something just a tad more. You never know.
What did the Jets trade
and with
away?
And they got
the Colts traded the 3rd overall pick to the Jets. They swapped first. They got 2 second-round picks and a second-round pick the following year.
They got Leonard in that.
In the second round.
Right.
So you're telling me for the 2nd overall pick, you couldn't swap first-round picks with somebody and then get maybe even another first? I would have taken another one.
And I want to be a
first
disclaimer.
and take another one.
And it's not Saquon's fault. I know a lot of people go at Saquon's head about it, but it's not Saquon's fault. So that's what sucks about it. We're just in hell right now. There's no way of putting it.
I'm sorry.
There's nobody to. Oh my God, we scored again. 3 more goals than we've had all season. Anyway,
this guy on the screen was bossy jersey. Unbelievable.
It's just a broken record.
Hey, I felt bad. Yes, on Sunday. No, I felt bad because they were getting destroyed, and I was about to just laugh in your faces, and then I forgot that it was Mike Lennon. I was like, okay, well, I don't expect much from.
By the way, DJ with the
from old long neck.
That's the longest neck I've ever seen in my life.
He is an extremely long neck. He looks like the guy from Men in Black, one of the aliens.
The one that gets his head shot off, and then
that one, and then it's growing back. That's what he looks like. I'm just not being offensive.
No offense, Mike Lennon. We know you're watching.
The guy's got a long ass neck.
It just sucks.
If you're gonna get a backup quarterback, at least get one who has a normal neck, so I can't make fun of him.
That's what Jake Fromm is for.
That's it. Get Jake Fromm. I know Jake Fromm's bad. It's fine.
Thank God for the Carpenter for telling us.
You know what's gonna be happening? You know what's gonna be great this week when Jake Fromm comes out, throws for 400 yards.
Jake Fromm has himself a
it's like all the people on Giants Twitter joking. Most of the part were joking, and then all the Daniel Jones lovers were like, "Oh, so much for 30 points with Mike Lennon, huh?" Obviously, it was
listen. The only way, again, and I've said this a billion times, where I would have been okay without taking Daniel Jones is if you guarantee me we were getting Herbert the following year.
I think
what were we, a pick or 2 away from Herbert? I think he was like 3 picks before us.
No, he stayed in school.
Right. No, he stayed in school, but I know he didn't go number 1 his year in the draft.
No, He didn't
No,
because Tua went
Tua
ahead
went
of them.
1, and Herbert went 3.
No.
Tua didn't go 1.
We didn't go 1.
Or did Tua go 3?
Burrow went 1.
Burrow went 1. That's what happened. And Tua,
Oh,
I
listen,
think.
Wikipedia, I'm not giving you money or a free website. Leave me alone.
Or did Tua go 5? The Dolphins traded up high to get him.
Right.
So it was Burrow, Chase, some random guy to
5.
Detroit that nobody's ever heard of anymore.
Jeff Okuda.
Andrew Thomas, which made sense because we had Daniel Jones. So
Right,
it
we
made
needed
sense to take the
So
tackle.
you could have taken, I guess.
Yeah, but you
But
drafted the quarterback the year before.
No,
You
I
can't,
get it. I get it.
you can't
you're not
tell me you're
take
going to
him-
draft.
And he
You're not
almost
you're not the Cardinals. You're not going to do. I mean,
If you
although-
had the first overall pick a couple years in a, if you're going into the first overall pick here, if we have the first pick, we're taking Burrow.
right.
That's a different
No.
story.
The pro-
I know that's what I'm saying. The Cardinals did it because it was Kyler, the first pick.
And they came right, and they had the first pick. It wasn't.
Well,
like
they had taken.
And Jones
Rosen
had a good
year or
rookie
2
year,
before.
so it was just like we might
Right.
have something with Jones.
He had a
and-
good rookie, whatever, 8 games.
Did they trade up to get to it? They didn't trade up to get to it.
Yeah, they did.
Definitely.
100%.
I don't know what they gave up, but they traded out.
No, round 1.
Sure
Bucks,
about that?
Niners, Bucks, Niners.
I could have sworn that was a trade.
Pittsburgh traded 1st and 5th round
I guess
picks
not.
for Fitzpatrick. Yeah,
okay.
no,
I guess not.
they had that pick.
All right.
Interesting enough, they had that pick. Okay. Well, there's that. So, like Danny said earlier too, the Jets just jetsed it.
Jets are gonna jet.
Gardner Minshew.
It's funny because every year when we get bored, we just start making random humans into football players and we put them on random teams in Madden. And we randomized the team this week and it was the Jets. And I literally texted Vin and I go, the Jets are always going to jet because we went 0-1 to start the season.
The Jets are gonna jet.
Like even a video game, you can't get away from being a Jet.
Nope. That's why when Rex used to say "play like a Jet," it always made me laugh so much.
Yeah, it made me laugh too.
It's just not a good thing to play like.
Let's go eat a goddamn snack.
And that was funny, at least. Give the man credit. I mean, he
Okay,
was
we got
successful.
Noah Dobson trying to fight somebody.
That's not.
Who the
is he
Jets
fighting?
play? Who the Jets
Those
play
two.
this week?
The team.
I feel like they're off this week.
Like they're off every week.
No, they went to London, so they should have had the bye already.
Saints
at
home.
The Saints at home.
Oh,
I
they've
really
fallen
hope.
on some tough times. This
I
year,
really
too.
hope they win. I can't wait.
I don't know. Who's playing quarterback for the Saints this week? Anybody? Or are
It's
they
gonna
just
be Tyson.
It's gonna be
Probably
Taysom
with his
and his
ingrown
broken
pinky.
thumb and his 4 interceptions.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about
He
that.
had his Lamar Jackson game. Leave him alone.
He needs to have his good Lamar Jackson game first. I mean, I can't emphasize enough how useless, how much not a quarterback he is, and that's it. I mean, I've won this argument, and it's not even an argument. That's the thing.
I don't know. Didn't they? And they just paid him, so it's okay.
Again, how many times?
Okay, so just gonna let you guys know this. Right? I forgot we're live streaming.
Yeah, once again, thanks for joining the live stream. If you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we greatly appreciate it. As always, we're on Spotify, Apple. I was about to say Apple iPads, Apple Podcast, and Anchor.
We confirm we are on Apple iPads.
Well, you can be watching us.
You
on
can
Apple
watch us
iPad.
on an iPad if you want. You're totally allowed to.
We're stepping into 2021 and actually doing a live podcast. So
It only took
Go
us
us.
20 years to figure this out. But hold on. I can figure out how to share this video with you guys because this is an amazing NHL goal that I just got sent.
Okay, so
from the Ducks.
here's what you do. This is what we do now, Steven. You screen share it.
Yeah, but it
And
wasn't
we'll
letting me
watch it.
because when I shared it to myself, it was sharing it to Safari, and apparently Chrome and Safari don't like to coexist with each other.
So what's the goal?
Okay, you guys see it, right?
Yes. So who is it?
As you can see here, he's
Trevor
behind.
Zegers.
He's going for the old Michigan.
Oh, the lacrosse
Oh,
goal.
Michigan.
Knock it up.
Is that allowed?
In front.
Yeah, it's not a high
To
stick.
Milano. Wow. And you can see Zegers too. He grabs his head. Look at him. He's like, I can't believe it actually worked.
Wow.
Well, good.
Embarrassing for the goaltender.
Oh, you gotta check that about 8 billion times.
I have a. This is not a hot take. This is just like one of those. If I was commissioner for a day, hockey things. You should be able to score in any way with anything you have. I don't care.
That's terrible.
The only thing you can't do is throw the puck in. You can kick it if you want. You can high stick from any height. I don't care.
Thank
The
God
only-
you're not the
only
commissioner
thing.
of the NHL.
What would happen? What's the downside? Explain.
You're still mad about the Thomas Vanek kick.
Kicking should be allowed. It's just kick the puck in. You think
It's
the guy's
natural.
gonna be
It is a
winding up
natural
like,
movement.
like Justin Tucker? They're gonna be kicking things? No, it's just gonna be the same thing they do. Just more.
What would you do though if Sorokin just swings his leg and the puck goes down the ice and just ends up in the net?
That counts.
That's like the old NHL glitch.
You want to if you're able to deflect a puck from above your head into the net, it counts. Sorry.
So I want to talk about how shitty the Islanders have been the last couple of
Listen, we have
games.
3 goals in 1 period tonight.
We scored
Danny,
3.
so-
No, we scored 3 goals over the course of 2 periods.
Man,
No.
thank God for Michigan, right?
Yeah, but it was
Steve?
only in this game.
Oh no,
It was
you're
only
right.
in
It
this
was all in this period.
Thank God for a year.
You know, it was interesting. You brought up Michigan. 5 years to the day that they announced Jabril Peppers was nominated for Heisman, they announced Hutch was nominated. Which, it's going to be close. I feel like the quarterbacks are going to counteract each other. The Bama and Ohio
I think it's
State
going to be
kids.
Bryce. I think it's going to
Yeah,
be
I feel like
Bryce.
it's gonna be Bryce. I feel like that win over Georgia.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys the
puts
opinion
you
on
over
this.
the thing.
Because this was the big debate Sunday, going into Sunday. Okay, the 4 teams were set once Michigan won, of course. We already knew the 4 teams that
Right.
were going. Do you think that it should play a factor, the rematch factor, in the
Yes.
selections?
Yeah. I think if it weren't the case, if you were not doing it, like if you were not thinking about the rematch, it would be a rematch. Like it would be Bama 1, Georgia 4, if you were.
Yeah, I think for this scenario, knowing they played in the conference championship, they made the right call.
Okay.
I agree. Put Cincinnati 4. and
Well,
then-
it was another
Worry about it
interesting
later.
thing. The only undefeated team goes to number 4.
You know what?
they got a
They're
weak-
sub 5.
They're
Though.
they're in a shit conference. They're in the.
Thank God they beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So
What was that thing Danny shared the other day? That was a good one. No. Yeah, this is it.
oh, if there was a 12-team playoff, yeah. No,
So
so like, say again.
I was looking at the. I don't know how I feel about the 12-team playoffs. So I went back and looked at the history of the playoffs, and it's pretty split. The seed that win. I don't think 3 has ever won, which is interesting. But 4 has won a couple, 2's won a couple. 1.
Yeah, 4 was when Ohio State won with Zeke, right? And the backup quarterback that went to the Bills.
Yeah.
Name
JT Barrett, or was that one of them? That got
No,
hurt? It starts with a B.
Steve,
Sounds
who
right.
was it? No, it wasn't
Sounds
JT Barrett. JT Barrett
Was it Miller?
No, that was the same year, but
It was Braxton Miller got hurt, right? And then it was
right.
JT Barrett.
Then
and
he got
then-
hurt.
What year are we talking?
The year they won it all with Zeke.
The
2014.
2014, you said they won?
Which should be 2015 because 2016 was Zeke's rookie year.
2014, 2015, they didn't have a good year. 2015 was the year they played in the.
And Zeke was a rookie in 2015. Actually,
Bu- bu- bu-
2016. So it was
They
2015.
beat Oregon.
Right.
They beat Oregon in the championship game. Cardell Jones
There
There
you
we
go.
go.
Cardell Jones.
was the quarterback,
Yeah.
and Mariota was the other quarterback. Yeah, that was the year. Cardell played not Cardell. Mariota and Winston played each other in the Rose Bowl in the
Right.
semis, and Winston was terrible, and everyone thought Mariota was going to jump up in front of him in the draft because of it.
Right. So Ohio State, the first year, number 4 won. Bama won as a 4 seed in 17-18. The 2 would come back against Jake Fromm.
People forget. Wow.
And number 2 has won 3 times. Bama the first time against Clemson. Clemson the next year against Bama. And then
Ohio
Clemson
State.
the last time against Bama. And
What was it? Oh, Alabama was one last year.
no, Alabama. Yeah, Alabama was 1 last year. LSU was 1 2 years ago, obviously, with Joe.
LSU's playoff run was playing on rookie. That
Yeah,
run
they
was
won
crazy.
63-28 against Oklahoma.
Yeah,
And
Burrow had
then-
like 6 touchdowns in the first half, if I remember correctly.
Let's see if I can. I got the thing here. I think.
Yeah, him and Chase Young. I mean, Jamar Chase went absolutely
He
nuts.
threw for 493 yards and 7 touchdowns in the game. I don't know what halves they were in, but yeah, that's crazy.
Then
was
he
the
just
Peach Bowl.
that was like the year of the 4K cam.
Right.
That was the year he walked off with the camera and the cigars and the
Yeah.
and everything was kind of woo. Nothing to talk about baseball wise. We're all in agreement. It's Buck, right?
Yeah, and I've been saying it for the last 3 podcasts.
Buck with Adam Jones as the hitting coach / bench coach.
I do think there's a worry that he's going to be not, embrace the analytics as much as he needs to. That's my only worry.
I said it. If you're high, if our GM is that high on one of these bench coaches from one of these teams that we're managing, that we're interviewing, have that guy come in be like, hey, listen, we're gonna bring in Buck, but we're bringing you in as next guy up. We already
But that's the thing. So
bank account's open.
I don't know if we can do that is the thing. So Joe Espada is the Astros bench coach. I don't know if he's allowed to leave for a lateral move. Like, how in the NFL, you can't just take somebody's offensive coordinator, but you can take him as the head coach. So I don't know if those other guys are allowed to leave. Like Brad Ausmus is the only one who doesn't have a job. So he could be hired as your bench coach if you wanted him to do that. And I think, because Bob Guerin is somebody's bench coach. I think the Dodgers bench coach.
But he's not coming back.
Bob Guerin?
Yeah.
He's being interviewed. I don't know. That was one of the names they threw out today. So it's an option.
Interesting.
I don't know if he was. I think John Heyman reported like a quote unquote mystery candidate. I don't know if he was it, but I definitely. They said he might have interviewed already today. But then
apparently each meeting's been 5 hours long or something like that.
Something like that. The guy from the Rays,
And he's not
Very
even
good.
there. He's not even doing the meetings.
Well, he has a day job. He must have told us that
Yeah.
10 times during the off season.
Yeah, he's got things to do. Billy's doing the interviews. Well, that's what they said. They said
Billy's doing the first round interviews. Steve does the second round interview.
right. So Billy does these 6 interviews. They narrow it down to 3 people, and then they both do the next round.
I just want someone competent. That's at the end of the day. That's all I want.
The
Just
biggest
have
issue I have with Buck is the last couple jobs that he's got in. He's gone there for 4 years, but it's really only been 1 year, and then he's kind of like overstayed his welcome already. But you don't want to get rid of him because that first year, it's usually the turnaround year.
I don't know.
That's my fear. That's why I'm saying if we could bring in one of these other coaches that Billy likes, to be the other guy, and then next offseason kind of like be like, all right, 103 wins, let's see what's going to happen. And we come off to a rough start, we have the guy. It's kind of like, Willie was there and halfway through, was it 07 or 08? Manuel was already ready.
07. Yep. 07.
I like pretty much all the guys that
No,
they're talking
08.
about. It was 08. It was 08 they fired him. I like pretty much all the guys they're talking about interviewing. So whoever they decide to hire, I would like Buck, but I'm fine
I
with
would
whoever
prefer
they pick.
someone who has already managed. I'm tired with the new manager role.
I think I said this last week when we didn't really talk a lot of Scherzer, but I'm worried that they're moving this process forward as if it's a win now team, but I don't know if the roster is actually in a win now position. You know what I'm saying?
That's very fair.
I actually agree with it because of the fact of, if you think about it, Scherzer and Jake are on the same contract length at this point. They're both in that 2-year. So Scherzer signed for 2 years, right?
It's 3 years with an option after the second.
After the 2 years.
Yeah.
So
and Jake is up after.
Jake has options coming up.
I think Jake can opt out after this season.
So after this year, he has a player option.
Right.
Which if he decides to take,
he's going to.
Is ideally now 2 years with max. Plus the year after becomes a club option.
Right. I think Jake's going to opt out, though. That's the thing. Because he's going to get more money.
Not?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
he just gave somebody else $43 million, and he's making 30. Why would you not opt out if you're him?
Well, he's making 30, and the following year he would make 32, but it also depends on how he comes back this year.
I have no worries about him.
I don't have many worries either, but again, it comes back to the way, how do you come back is the question.
But, so, they've been talking about adding another starter. You assume they add somebody in the middle, and they go with those two, the guy they add, Taijuan Walker and Carlos Carrasco, and it's a fine rotation. As long as Carrasco was back to relatively normal, Walker finds himself in the middle of the sticky stuff, whatever they work that out.
Figuring out if he can pitch.
Then you're fine there. You add a couple guys to the bullpen, which I think they said they're going to do. You replace Loop, you add another righty. The bullpen should be fine. I just don't know if I mentioned before, I don't know if the offense they have right now is right. If they sign Chris Bryant, then fuck it, let's go.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Let's line up for the parade now. Let's go hang out at Danny's office.
We're hanging out in Danny's office? Are we legally allowed
on
to
the parade
hang out
route, isn't it?
Yeah, the start of it. I would 100% take lunch for that.
Well,
Danny, we're calling in sick that day. We just are. The Mets win the World Series. I'm calling in sick.
I'm taking vacation hours.
Listen, that's gonna be funny. Danny takes vacation hours by showing to be part of to watch the parade.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I thought you were sick. I am. Stay away from
vacation hours. I didn't say sick hours.
Right. And then
listen, as long as we all wake up on
that 15 was my closest, man. 15. I had 2 U.S. women's soccer parades and
I don't want
the
to talk about 15.
First responder parade. Those are my 3 parades.
Listen, it could have been worse. It could have been Jets, Yankees, and Nets parades.
Well, the Rangers had a similar situation. 14.
Yeah, forgot about that.
It was interesting. They were talking about it on Harden and Roberts. Would the Nets make that move? Would the Nets make that parade route, or would they do it in Brooklyn?
I think you do. I think you do it.
It will be as pathetic as the U.S. women's soccer team parades.
It would. Nobody cares about the Nets. I feel like
It was cool
WNBA
seeing like all the
parade, you mean?
parents bring their kids, but I was able to walk down Broadway that day, like the morning.
I thought
of.
you were talking about the women's basketball championship one.
I think if you play in New York, like we always talked about this with the Islanders. They
Well,
would
we
do-
might see NYCFC. Apparently, they're in the championship.
I didn't know that.
Play, I don't know.
If
NY and
if you play in New York,
know
like
how
we would, like I said, we talked about the Islanders and like they would do it on Hempstead Turnpike. I feel like you do both. Even
well,
if
they
you
are in
wanna-
the finals.
They would
If
do
you-
what the Giants do with Jersey and the city.
yeah, and like MetLife, yeah. I
So
think
the
they would
Islanders
do-
have never done the city.
Well,
Right.
obviously,
The 4
'cause
cups
they're,
were all Hempstead Turnpike.
they're not part of the city.
right, but I feel like now they would. Like, what are you gonna
Why?
do it on the Cross Island? Sure.
Yeah, let's do
have
it.
a good time.
But they're
Let's
not.
No,
a,
it would
they're not a
be-
city team.
You know what
do
you
it on
do?
Hempstead Turnpike.
Coliseum to Belmont.
Yeah, on Hempstead Turnpike. Yeah, that's exactly what you would do. But
It's a long ass parade.
let's just do it on the Cross Island. Let's just piss these friggin' people who live around there so much off. So
I
much.
want to park my
And
car.
shut
where it
out the
says
Cross
I'm not
Island.
allowed. I want to park my car in the residential area where I'm not allowed between 10 and 4 on a day-to-day basis and be like, screw you, I'm celebrating this
Yeah.
parade.
Right, exactly.
So that's been going on.
There
yeah,
apparently have been
Okay,
issues
so-
with people parking in front of people's houses on
but the
over there.
signs are legal. The legal signs say no parking between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
But it's still those people have to
It-
come home from
You
work
know-
and find
but-
parking spots.
So the
and
biggest
we
problem is,
took all the
you know what the
parking
problem is? The blocks are so small, and in 3 of them, they're redoing the blocks. So you have the construction stuff. You got a lot going on those blocks. But it's basically the same thing that was behind the Starbucks in the gas station across the street from Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
right.
They're gonna have to get used to it, get over it. The parking lots are gonna. I did it once. It wasn't terrible. The only issue that I had when I did it was by the stadium itself on Hempstead Turnpike. There's no opening to the gate.
Because they don't.
There
want you
is an
coming in that way.
opening, but they only open it if you get like a drop off into the silver lot, and you're like an Uber driver. That's like right there, or whatever it is that's connected to the building.
So you
Or
have
if you
to
like
wait.
work for the building, or after the game, they'll have like a pickup area there, and they'll let you like do that. They'll open that fence, but still, like the getting in and out by the fence over there is kind of annoying. But honestly, the only issue I found with parking so far is the fact that if you load this UBS app, Arena app, it says get a $5 discount by prepaying for parking for the Emerald lot. My friends showed up on Sunday when they played the Blackhawks, paid parking at the thing. It was $30. It's $30 on the app also. So where's my $5 discount?
There isn't one. That's why I haven't.
Exactly.
I even asked the woman because I pulled up and she was like, "Do you have parking?" I think this was last Sunday whenever they played the Leafs, and I was like, "I don't have it. Like, is it cheaper online?" She's like, "I think so because a lot of people have it." I apparently it's not. So there's no
advantage.
there's no
to
point
having
in
the
me
app.
doing it. Yeah.
There's no point in doing it. It's going to cost me $30 whether it's noon or it's late in the day. The only time that I would ever actually pre-order it at this point is if it's like a Tuesday night game and I'm going to get there at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Maybe I would do it. But even then, I'm parking on the street. I did it for the Ranger game a couple weeks ago. So much easier to park on. It was easy. I just went down one block. I found the spot and I just pulled in there. And
Have
I walked
you-
into the building.
Been annoyed by the park like, going back and forth to the parking lot.
No.
See, that's the
you
thing.
know me. You know me. I can do that because it's the same thing as football.
That's what I said. I would say in it because we were having this conversation, Danny. So the walk, I don't know if you've heard this. You have to walk or basically around the racetrack to get
Right.
from the Emerald parking lot, which is like kind of the main parking lot, the biggest one, to the arena. The
Okay.
racetrack is in the way, so you have to go around it. But it's like an 8-minute walk, so it's basically like walking from where you guys park at MetLife to the front doors,
Okay.
which is nothing.
Here,
but-
Danny, look, this is it. Arena here, Emerald lot here. So
Right,
basically,
you have to
you're
go around
coming
the
out.
track.
On
You're going
where is
around.
it?
So up
Oh,
here's
okay.
the Emerald lot.
Got
Right.
it.
Okay.
So there's a covered pathway at this rounded edge of the top of the track
racetrack.
here,
Got it.
where
Yeah.
you can walk right there. It's half covered, pretty much. but a lot of people have issues that you have to walk because the arena, if you see where Danny, like where
Right.
it's facing, it lets you out onto this street. So you
Right.
have
So-
to, you can't like come out the back here toward the track. You have
Oh,
to
that
come
would-
out
that would
and
make too
around
much
So
to
there is.
everybody.
So Vincent, you can. You
Okay.
can.
So
So
that's
when
the
you
other thing,
come
they-
out of our section,
Mhm.
you go towards the escalators. You've gone too
Okay.
far. You're coming out the front of this. You're coming out here, the diamond lot, silver lot. This is and now you're coming around, and then you're walking around. But there's actually a stairwell that people can take where you go down. It's literally like so you walk. You come out of the section. You're facing the bar that's behind us. You make the right turn. You start walking quick. First left you can make. There's 2 stairwells there. They're next to the elevator for the handicap, which just like MetLife Stadium, unless you're wheelchaired or handicapped, you can't use the elevator to get up or down. It's one of those things.
Right.
But if you take those down, it actually comes out like right here in the middle. You
Wait.
can't get in this way, but
What about the elevators?
it's a handicap. They
I don't-
try to
made- opening night. They made me use them. They were like,
no,
there was
no,
like
they
3
try,
of us.
They
The guy was
said,
like,
they
and we were
said
like,
to
"Where's the
us-
stairs?" And he was like, "Use the elevator." There was like 3 of, I mean, 4 of the people. I don't know. It was weird.
Yes,
No, but what I'm-
they're still learning on that in that scenario.
I know.
Which
What
we
I'm
knew was
saying-
going to happen.
Right.
What I'm saying is, when you come out, we come out like toward.
Here.
I can't see your thing. Toward 24. We don't come out toward the back, like going toward the racetrack. So you have to go around the outside of the building there.
See, then you're going out the wrong way. Because I literally have gone out every game I've gone to so far. The only time I didn't was the Ranger game, which I needed to come out the front door because I was parked across the street on the other side of Hempstead Turnpike.
Okay.
I've been coming out right. I'm literally getting out the door, and there's the racetrack right in front of me. If I walk a straight line, I'm walking through the racetrack.
You're not walking up that long pathway that leads in where you
To
go
the
in
racetrack?
The
No.
And what has people
And
said
then-
about the
And
train?
then when I start walking, now I'm walking this wrap around the track.
So,
But I'm already halfway around.
okay. I'm not sure, Danny. I haven't heard a lot of people trying to use the train. It's very, very convenient. It looks like, because when you come out of this pathway that I'm talking about, you come straight out of the building. There's the buses to get on, and then the train is right across the street. It's right there. So
Right.
I know you have to go back to. Everybody has to go back to Jamaica. The other train doesn't go anywhere else.
Right.
So
So
I'm
the
assuming
thing-
that's the issue they're having.
So
I don't know
the
how
issue
many
I've heard
trains
is
they have either.
that's the issue I'm hearing is like some people that I know, they got to Jamaica and then had to wait like an hour for a train.
Well, that's
Like
that's just
they didn't have
train.
enough trains waiting at like it's not like a Met game where they're just like, all right, cool, we have the Mets game that just ended. We need to make sure we have an extra couple trains going to Jamaica to pick up people to bring them around Long Island. You know,
Well,
let's
you're
get
right.
3 or 4 more at Jamaica at this time. At these 3 times that the Woodside trains are going to get in. You know,
But
those
that's
type of
just a
things.
train schedule thing. At the end of the day, the trains
Right,
only run
they'll
every
adjust
hour.
it to they'll change.
That's a train schedule.
They'll adjust it and give.
And the train schedules are still not 100%.
That's true. That too.
that's
not-
the key.
We're
But
still
I'm
like
going to tell you
off-peak
this. I
always.
looked it up. Valley Stream to Belmont train wise is 45 minutes.
Well, you wouldn't do that anyway.
Right, it takes 12 minutes to get there by car, and
Right.
you guys know how I am when it comes to driving. I get in and out of that lot like
But that's the
I
other thing. I
slither
don't
out of that
know.
lot.
I've heard some people complain about getting out of the lot. Getting out of the lot is exactly like getting out of the Coliseum lot. It's a bottleneck
You know
when
what
you
the
actually get
problem
out.
is?
But it's the same
If
thing.
you
tell you what
if you
the
did
problem
MetLife Stadium parking, you're golden.
But here's the key. The key is that if you get there too late, you're parking like 5 or 6 rows deep. That's where you're getting into trouble. Now you got to sit there and wait for all the other rows. Basically, you're waiting for other rows. Usually, when I get there, I'm usually in one of the front rows. I'm getting there
But
early
again-
enough where I'm getting a front row, one of the first 2 rows.
I've driven.
So I know I'm getting out.
I've gone to 3 games now. I've driven. I mean, I haven't been the one in the car driving every time. I drove once, and Devin drove the other 2 times. You literally get through the bottleneck of going through the barricades. You get to whatever side you have to get to. You're on the cross island. There's no traffic. You're gone. Everything's fine.
Right. So they
Alright.
do block off the lane. So like they cut off. Like I noticed Sunday, when you get onto the highway, there's literally cones blocking the right lane. So they're letting you merge onto the highway
Right.
off the exit. So basically
So
they're
it's like
basically
City
cutting the
Field.
cross island to 2 lanes.
Yeah, it's the same thing. as
Going
City
both
Field.
ways around the arena.
You get out of that parking lot, you get on the cross island. There's no traffic. So I mean,
it was actually
leaving,
kind
there's
of
no
funny
problems.
coming home from the Giant Eagle game. I remember there was the Harry Styles concert, and I got to Cross Island. I was like, "Oh, there's stupid arena and there's traffic."
Yeah, right.
Whose dumb idea was this? But like again, it's one of those like, get over it. You have your choice. Beasley says it all the time. John Beasley says it all the time. Which would you rather have? Playing in Kansas City or Quebec, or playing in this fancy new arena that the owner basically paid for?
He's right.
But that's the thing. And I talked about this. I was talking about this again with our friends. The answer to that question is all of the fans, I think including us, would rather stay at the arena that has no amenities and no bathrooms and no food, but it is where it is. And the parking lot is the way it is. I don't.
And win hockey games. We want to go to an arena where we win hockey games. That's the game.
Again, and win hockey games. I was talking
to go to Brooklyn at this point. We have more wins
to
in Brooklyn
Devin
than
and Dan Hansen about. We've been. I don't know, Steven, I know you guys like bought more concessions at the Coliseum than I did. I've been trained at the Coliseum. I don't buy food. I don't buy drinks. I don't try to use the bathroom.
Nobody likes the Garden.
I go in for 3.5 hours and I leave. I know, but it's like we were trained to not. I don't care that there's.
We don't eat at the games.
That there's like air fried Chinese food or a steak sandwich. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, listen. So far I've spent $20 inside the building.
So I've gotten
that
food
one
a couple
time.
times
You watched me
games.
eat the one time I've eaten.
Right, but again, also the nature of a hockey game. There's 3 breaks. They're all like 17 minutes long. You barely have enough time to go get food and come back. This isn't a baseball game where you can go where the bottom of the order's coming up, and I know I can go get something and come back and miss nothing.
Right, and how
or you can order
spacious...
it on your phone and wait till the next day for it to be ready. Even.
Oh, the building itself, Danny, is very spacious, very wide. They did a cool thing on the basement level. A lot of the food courts are cut in, so like you don't have to wait in the pathway itself. It's also a lot of like grab yourself. Like there's literally beer fridges. You just go grab a beer out of the fridge. All the chicken and burgers.
It's all electronic. Burgers. They have people waiting for you to pay.
Right.
Like they don't.
It's all like lined up and things. You just go grab and leave. You don't have to wait.
That's how it was at Dodger Stadium a couple years ago.
So it's all done very well. It's just
Well, listen, a lot of places, and the same thing goes with these guys, of course. They took these COVID rules and they've adapted them into how can we make things better? Think about it.
Right.
How all this touchless stuff, like nobody would have thought of in 2019.
No.
Danny, you want to address the comment we just got?
Yeah. It is what it is. The Garden is the Garden, though. Can't disagree with that.
And the corporate garden is okay. You can have whatever.
Garden's a nice place.
The UBS Arena is going to be corporate before you know it. Don't worry.
Oh, 100%. All right. Do we want to go to football picks?
Yeah, let's do this.
Talk some football of what happened last week.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let me get my picks.
So, disclaimer: this is my pick'em page,
and it's Tuesday, so it's going to be a bloodbath.
All right. First off, I'm just going to put this on record. Where's the flex schedule when you need it? Sunday night.
I thought it was coming.
Packers
saved
is this Sunday.
They saved it. They said it won't. They didn't want to flex it. It's too high profile of a game for them. That's the thing. Like, regardless.
You're telling me nobody wants to watch Tennessee and Jacksonville play each other?
Regardless, they're not going to take.
Cowboys Washington. I would watch Cowboys.
They're not going to take that rivalry off of national television.
I would watch Cowboys Washington over there. Niners Bengals is a good game. The way the Bengals are playing. Bills Buccaneers could be a Super Bowl matchup. I just named 3 matchups that could be played.
CBS definitely blocked that game.
Yeah, CBS definitely blocked that one.
Okay, so give me the Cowboys and Skins Sunday night.
I wouldn't
watch it anyway.
If they would have did it, I would not have disagreed. But like I said, It's the oldest rivalry in the sport. They're not going to take it off.
Anywho, the most who the hell knows teams in football.
I really want to take the Vikings.
But
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm so happy the Lions got a win though. I was very excited.
Yeah, good for them.
one of
also-
those teams was gonna the Lions were gonna Lion or the Vikings were gonna Viking in that game.
Yeah. If the
One
Vikings,
of that something was gonna happen.
if the
like that-
Vikings lose this week and we win, we clinch the division. So I probably should be rooting against them. But
We're,
I'm
wait a
picking
minute.
I'm
Yes,
taking
sir.
the Steelers. 4
We're already
points is
at that
too
point.
much. I'm taking the Steelers. 4 points is too much.
Let's see. Do we actually have like full playoff? 8 hours ago, we got clinching scenarios, boys.
yeah, I think we can clinch, and the Cardinals can clinch a playoff spot this week.
Sounds about right.
No, I don't want the Optimum commercial. Vin proved to us that it's not good. Did we just score again? Keither.
You forgot a
All right.
goal.
Keither just scored a goal.
Look at the play.
Win or tie, Minnesota loss plus a San Fran loss.
He has
Yeah,
a
so
good shot.
it's complicated.
Okay, so the
We're still not
Cardinals have
there
about
yet.
85 things. The Packers
not
are winning
there
in.
Win and Minnesota loss, and then for playoff wise, they have to win, get a Saints loss, and a Niners or Rams loss. That's a little more complicated. And the Bucks can win if their other two division opponents lose, and they win.
None of it made sense, but okay. I'm
Could
going to
happen.
go with the Vikings at home. I'm going.
Someone's alarm.
Yo, remember when Steven's car got hit when we were recording the podcast?
Yeah, that was fun.
Why couldn't we be live streaming at that time? Was that the last time you guys were here?
Might have been.
It's
Man,
possible.
is that your car?
No.
Is that
Definitely
your-
not me.
Is that your spaceship that you're sitting in? Alarm going off in?
Let me get Chewy. Go check that. Thanks. Appreciate it. Danny, that was a good one.
I try.
All right, what do we got next? What do we
I
got next?
haven't been able to master that noise. I'm not even going to try it. Haven't been able to get it ever. Why are the Ravens underdogs?
I don't know. Taking them.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know they didn't win, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
Baker has one arm.
What do you guys think of Harbaugh's decision at the end of the game? Would you agree or disagree?
So, Funny enough-
I'm okay with it. You kill.
funny
You
enough,
kill-
I'm walking around the section a little bit, and I get
So
that
this is why we think they're an underdog. Also, why Harbaugh says he went for it on the extra point is because their corners are beat up, and he wanted to try to win it right there. To me, your extra points are more automatic than everybody else's extra points, so I would have taken it. And
I think I just wanted to
I
get out of the
can-
game. I just wanted to get out of the stadium and kill the Steelers season. I'm okay with it.
okay.
Ballsy, but sucks that they didn't do it. But
Somebody also
having one of the most
somebody-
conservative head coaches, I like it.
Right. I saw somebody say that like we're at a point right now where people are so aggressive and analytical that the backlash you get if you don't get it is nothing, but if you do get it, you're a genius for the next like 2
Right.
weeks.
Right.
So
Like the
I
Chargers
don't
head
hate it.
coach at the start of the season.
Right, like everybody loved Staley.
We haven't heard his name since.
No.
Who is coaching? Well, that's because they get blown out every week, and then
Brandon
they show up
Staley
in
is the
Cincinnati
coach.
when they're not supposed to. Yeah,
I
I'm
know
taking
the
9.5.
Jaguars stink.
Santa's drinking milk at the game in Ottawa.
I don't think that the Titans have enough offense to cover 10 points.
Yeah, I'm with you. Wow, 3 for 3 with favorites.
So yeah, I'm taking the Jaguars.
What's the over under on this?
You tell me.
44.
Okay.
Julio is playing this week. I don't think that makes a difference. though.
It don't make anything right now.
Well, only because AJ Brown is out now. So like now they have actually a receiver. I don't
and
know.
Julio hasn't done anything all season, so
Well, no, he had one good game. I think he had 100 yards like week 2, and then he was.
You got hurt in the same game though. That was the game you got hurt in.
That's when he started his injury, and then he was in and out like he always is the rest of the season, and then he was on IR. So this is his first game back, I think.
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars to cover.
I guess we'll see. This next one is interesting.
I think this Kansas City is live.
Right, but they haven't.
This is the time of the year where Kansas City's like game
They
on.
only scored what? I think they only scored 17 or 14 points last week. They had a defensive touchdown.
True.
So offensively, they aren't like totally there yet. I'm still gonna take them.
Right. Last week they have 5 straight. Was it 5 straight? 6 straight? Right. They had a pick 6. Oh, Mahomes had a touchdown run.
Right.
And then they had a pick 6 later in the game.
Their defense is playing very well. It just, I mean, and the Broncos have a good defense. Excuse me.
Jeez.
So
Well, Noah Dobson scored a second game in a row. Just this time wasn't for us.
I think that hit them.
No, it hit Noah in his foot.
Did it?
Hit Noah in the foot. Damn people named Noah. Can't wait for like 5 years from now when Vin's trying to explain to his nephew where he got his name. And he's like, there was once this guy on the Mets.
Well, he's gonna have 3 Cy Youngs on their teams by then, so it'll be a lot easier to explain.
No, you're named after that guy. He was a Met at one point.
Your mother won't admit it, but that's where she heard it first.
Saints
Not the
minus
Bible.
5.5.
Noah Syndergaard.
100%.
I thought we're changing it to Noah Dobson. He's named after Noah Dobson.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be a
The
lot harder
Saints
to
are
explain.
terrible.
Oh God,
Both of these teams are terrible. Can they just call this game? Could this be like that game that they're just like, you know what, forget it?
Saints win, but Jets cover.
I'm taking the Saints.
I think the Saints are going to cover this.
Probably. will.
Is Kareem playing? Do we got a running back? Kamara? He's questionable this week.
Do we have a quarterback? Is the question.
Did they ever have a quarterback?
I mean, Jameis, 14
Who's
touchdowns,
playing-
3 interceptions.
Who's playing wide receiver for the Jets?
Nobody.
This is the week. Mims goes off this week. You heard it here first.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm going with the Saints here. Cowboys minus 3.5 in Washington. It's almost time to jump on the Washington bandwagon.
This feels like a low spread. I don't know.
Washington's playing well.
Are they?
Their defense
though?
is mucking it up.
The defense is mucking it up without Chase Young, but they also like beat a Seattle team where Russell was still playing when he
They
shouldn't.
did
have
beat
been.
the Bucks. Don't forget
That's
that.
true.
They
did
beat the
the
Bucks. They
Bucks.
beat the Panthers. They
Well, that
beat the
doesn't
Raiders. They went to Vegas and won.
I don't think that
I-
counts.
And
either.
Cowboys were kind of flustering too the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think
They got
Dallas.
healthy. They played again. They played what? They played the Saints.
They played
last
New
week.
Orleans, yeah. But they're also
No.
coming off 10 days now.
Right,
that
I'm
was-
going Dallas.
That was Thursday. Yeah, I'm taking Dallas too.
I'm gonna mix it up. I'm in last place. I'm gonna take the Skins here.
Ew.
Sorry, the football team.
Ew. This
Unbelievable.
game. Ew.
Falcons.
I'm
taking the
going
Falcons.
Falcons. Yep.
I'm going Falcons.
100%.
I like
The
the way
Falcons are good
Falcons
enough
offense
to
are
not
playing.
be terrible. I don't think the Panthers are not terrible.
I'm more excited for the Matt Ryan contract extension at the end of the year.
I like Matt
That guy's gonna
Ryan.
Paid.
No, he's
Not too
not.
quickly.
I think he's because
He's got 2 years left. So they
The-
can buy him out and have a $40 million cap hit next year, or let him play and have a 48 next. So if they buy him out, it's 40 next year, 15 the following year. But if they keep him, it's 48 next year, 43 the following year.
There's no quarterback in this draft that would take his spot now. So unless you're somehow trading for Russell Wilson
Blake
or something,
Bortles?
right? There's nobody around that's going to take his job now, so there's no point in cutting him. You kind of just have to do this for another year, and then kind of figure it out from there.
They're in the same situation with the Giants were with Eli.
Yeah. And especially with Calvin Ridley taking a leave of absence now, it's like it's tough to be in the situation they're in.
All right, next game, everybody's picking the Seahawks.
Game that should have been the Sunday night game this week.
Yeah, the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, shockingly, when he doesn't come back when he's not supposed to, plays fine. 8 weeks
Who
after
would've
his
thought?
surgery. Yeah, he's fine when his fingers fully healed.
Keep that finger healthy.
Keep it warm.
Honestly, trading for him would be awesome, but it would be not the smartest move.
You don't think so?
Well,
You could get younger
we're not
talent.
a complete team.
What
I know
is
that,
he going to
but he's
change?
he's not an old quarterback.
But what is he going to change if he came here? Nothing. Nothing changes. I'd rather use those picks and then at the end of next year, reevaluate.
So the
That's like-
Giants currently have 3 wins. 4 wins, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jeez, Vin.
Don't steal wins, buddy.
Right. If you telling me a healthy Russell Wilson, they aren't a 500 team right now?
Yeah, they are.
He also has a
Right, so
full
that
no trade
changes
clause,
a
so
lot.
it's really up to him.
Well, but you build the rest of your roster after that. To me, if you can get a
We
franchise,
have $3 million in cap space.
Yeah, but it's
into
going
next
up. What's
season.
our cap space for next year now?
guess what? I mean, you're fucked because the GM stinks. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, he's
Kenny
getting
Galladay.
let go.
Kenny Galladay might be actually useful if he had a quarterback.
As of now, with the Giants have 4.5 next year. Wait, that doesn't include the cap increase that they're talking about.
Is that this offseason or next offseason? The cap
It's
increase.
coming up.
Though?
They said that this offseason they're
it's-
projecting it to go over 200 million.
I think that's one more year after this, though.
No, that's the TV deal. That's the year is going to be the big jump. It's going to go from
okay.
185 this year to 200 next year.
Thankfully, a lot of the Giants' contracts can be restructured. So,
Well, you could just get rid of him.
yep,
All right,
Yep.
Lions Broncos.
this is a tough one.
It's okay, Russ.
No,
it's
I'm
okay,
taking
boys.
Broncos.
We're all good here. We got Ross the boss talking to the referees about things. It's okay.
That's all you need. Is he wearing an
Yeah,
A?
I'm taking
No,
the
it's-
Broncos.
Okay.
You talked me into it, Ben.
I'm taking. Yeah, I mean the Lions. It's a great story. I'm glad they won. I don't think they're gonna win
Continue
again.
to win.
Yeah, they got to win. That's all I wanted. They're not the worst. They're like better than the Texans, I think.
Right.
Maybe even the Jets, and that's about it. But the Broncos are, I think, at least a solid team.
All right, next game. Let's floss over
Listen,
this
when they have
one.
Rodgers next year and they're going for the perfect season at this point, it'll be great.
JG,
Unfortunately,
let's go.
I'm going Chargers. We don't know anything about Jake Fromm. As of
You're right.
Tuesday.
Okay, I'm taking Chargers. I was gonna say a normal Giant team is covering this, but I forgot.
I do want to say one thing. As much as I bashed Daniel Jones, we probably would have won the game with him on Sunday.
I don't doubt that. I still think he stinks, but I don't doubt it.
No, I agree. Just
So you really wait? Let's pause on this for 1 second. Are you saying he's the quarterback next year because you don't have a choice, or because
basically.
Okay,
No, he's my quarterback next year.
I don't know what you're watching then. I mean,
Like I mentioned in Blues Views last week, it's like the 7th inning for me with him, and we are down.
So he's
And
just
it's-
he's just eating innings right now. He's
It's
what's his flux? What
couple
was that
more
guy's name?
What?
Darren Oliver. Is he Darren Oliver the team right now?
At the end of the season, possibly, if we continue to see he's not healthy. But
All right.
I don't know. It's the bullpen's warming up for me.
Okay. Steven, is the bullpen warming up for you as well?
Listen, we got Darren Oliver and Pedro Feliciano getting loose. Okay?
Rest in peace.
Rest
by
in
the
peace,
way.
Pedro Feliciano.
We got
But-
we got our lefty specialists and
But
our
are
hitting guy.
you almost done, or do you think there's more here?
I think there's more there.
All right.
I see with him, it's like there's so much bad going on that it's not just him, obviously, but he's
definitely not the biggest
He-
problem.
he's
I
definitely
don't
not the
disagree.
biggest problem, but he should be able to do a little bit more in 2021 football.
Right. He's probably a net neutral if you're discussing what he brings and doesn't, what his pluses and minuses are, and he needs to be a positive.
If he was able to for whatever reason there's a tractor beam in the end zone, for whatever reason, if he overcomes that tractor beam, he will be fine.
Vin, was Matt Murray picked up by anybody, or is he just
He is in their minor league system
okay? So
because he has
they just have some. They just pay. They do a first guy in the building gets to play golf for them that night.
They're
Got it.
paying him $6.5 million to pay for their AHL team right now. So yes,
We do. We still pay Rick DiPietro.
I think that actually finished last year, but yeah, nobody was gonna claim a $6 million contract. He has to just eat that. Unfortunately.
Also,
I'm going
speaking of
Niners.
goalies, real quick, shout out Brendan Hope. Full neon pads for the blackout with the neon, and his helmet now black with the neon green. It's fire.
I'm going Niners. They're gonna be able to find a way to run on the Bengals.
The Niners are turning a corner. That
I'm taking. Yeah, go ahead.
the Niners are turning a corner. They're getting hot. They figured it out. Debo's a little banged out, but I think they're figuring it out. They're just kind of complimenting Jimmy G. They're figuring out Jimmy G that he's not the quarterback. He's not the Josh Allen of quarterbacks. He's not a Josh Allen type of quarterback.
So
He needs to have complementary football where he's got a running back.
The only potential problem with the Niners is Debo's hurt. Elijah Mitchell is in concussion protocol, and there are other two running backs behind that are also hurt. So, as long as I think Mitchell's going to come out,
Everybody's
of concussion
questionable.
protocol.
As of
Everybody's
December
questionable.
7th.
So
Everybody's questionable.
if he should come out of concussion protocol, I think he said he'd be fine. If he does, then they should have no problem. Joe Burrow's also hurt; his pinky's fucked up. So yeah, I'm taking the Niners.
You got Debo as questionable. Trenton Cannon is the one with the concussion.
Is
But
he
he's questionable.
moving and
Wilson
everything?
Jr. questionable, and also Mitchell also has a concussion protocol. Oh, Cannon was the one that was released from the hospital on Monday. He was the one that got hurt and had to go to the hospital.
Okay. As long as he's released from the hospital.
Thank God.
Because that was scary.
But yeah, I just think that they're just turning a corner as a team, so they're ready to go.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking the Niners.
The Super Bowl matchup of the year.
Bucks.
I'm assuming we're getting this.
The Bills are capital F frauds.
Ooh. Yeah, they can't run it.
And Josh Allen's is extremely inconsistent.
Talking about difference in game weather for the last 2
Oh, yeah.
weeks.
Going to wind and snow to sunny Tampa.
We
I'm
are
going
getting that
both.
game on Sunday, by the way. Here,
Makes sense.
we're no 1
Sure.
o'clock game on Fox.
Yeah. but-
Jets Saints at 1 o'clock.
Oh, we're the Fox game. That's right. Okay.
We're the Fox 4 o'clock game. So this will be on Channel 2 for us to watch. Tampa Bay. I would love to see the fountain that Tom Brady hangs out in. Fountain of Youth.
By the way, I want to watch this week's show. It's about the Giants
the
upsetting
the big year, yeah.
The next two
07 year.
episodes, Giants related. All right.
I haven't watched any
It's-
of them. Have you guys watched any of them?
I have. It's pretty good.
Nope.
I've
I just-
enjoyed them.
It's just one of those like additional
I got enough stuff to watch.
streaming things that it's just like I'm not gonna remember ESPN Plus. I
Yeah.
barely
Yeah.
remembered the NHL when we would pay for the NHL thing so we could watch other games.
Yeah. I like that. So I've been watching it.
There's no way I'm watching ESPN Plus now. I just got a new TV, and
Ooh.
it doesn't have it. It's a smart TV, and it doesn't have it as one of the apps you can download. So I'd have to switch to my PlayStation to get to it. So I'm definitely not going to watch anything on ESPN Plus unless the Islander game is on it.
Treat
Hey,
yourself.
shorthand goal. There you go, Ottawa.
Yeah, my old TV actually was just
Died.
it fell and it broke, and I was like,
You know what's funny about you saying that? Like I have the smart TV and it has all the apps, but I still go to the Apple TV because there's just more on it than the.
well, I would do that, but I was using a Fire Stick, but there's only 2 HDMI ports on the TV. So one's
I have
the cable
piece.
box.
I have the
one's
piece that
the-
I can do.
Yeah,
I have
the
the piece that
extras.
I could do the 2 different HDMI. I have it plugs into the HDMI too, but it's got 2 extra slots on it. So
yeah. I just have the PS5 and the cable and the TV, and I just use it because, like I said, I'm only going to use ESPN Plus if the Islanders are on. I've been watching some 30 for 30s actually to fall asleep, but not too often.
well, don't forget also now Disney announced today that FX on Hulu is officially no more. So
What is it going to Disney?
no, it's going to its own thing now. It's just going to go back to the FX. They're going to relaunch the FX app.
That's weird.
I don't think enough people are watching. Nobody
You know
watches Hulu.
why? Because
What?
Hulu's interface stinks.
Who watches Hulu?
You can't find anything.
Like I would not have Hulu if it wasn't for the bundle.
Oh yeah, same.
So that meant
I mean,
nothing to
I have it. It's logged in. It's there.
me. Yeah,
I
I can go
don't-
watch it anytime I
I
want.
don't see myself using it ever.
Apparently, it's very popular for people with who cord cut. With the live
Yeah,
TV.
so there's like a not for the not with the bundle because the bundle's
Right.
like their cheapest package, but if you have like the main package, they actually show like a lot of live TV.
Right, and they have a lot of the Fox. I know they have a lot of the Fox like cartoons, like Simpsons, Bob Burgers. They have a lot of Fox
that stuff
shows
is
in
also
general.
on Disney already, so
Bob's Burgers isn't, just Simpsons is.
Right.
I'm sure those will just come over soon. Or
Yeah, it's just that's the thing. So I don't know.
All right, Vin.
all right, Bears easily covering this.
Another week of
Yep.
me not needing that NFL package. I don't know if we're going to cover this, to be completely honest. Things haven't been going that smooth.
I love the
covering.
confidence in your voice there, Vin.
But things haven't been going that smooth covering wise lately. It's been a dogfight every week, but I'm still taking this.
Right.
So
I don't know
let's
who's
see.
playing quarterback for the Bears. Dalton threw 4 picks, and maybe Fields is going to be healthy. I don't know.
So next weekend, there is nothing on Channel 2, apparently. There's no game on Channel 2 at
Like
all.
the whole day?
It just says NFL football.
Okay, so it just doesn't know what games are on.
Saints Bucks. There's no
It is
4 o'clock
Tuesday.
game on Channel 2. The Giants are the 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 1 o'clock on 5, and then Seattle, Los Angeles is at 4:25.
Yeah, because next week is the Cowboy game.
Cowboys, right? And then Saints Bucks is the Sunday night game.
What about the Jets? They play
Yeah,
at
it
2
literally
o'clock
if you look at the
play
channel
at 1
guide,
o'clock on 2. Yeah. I
it
can't
just
believe you went
says
all the way to next Sunday.
Yeah, why would you go all
there's.
the way to
It's
next
easy.
Sunday?
You could just if you go to the guide and you just hit the fast forward button, it just changes days.
You could just
Oh, okay.
all right. Who uses guides? I don't.
Listen, if it wasn't for this, I like looking to see how useless that $120 was.
I honestly would like to go back. I think I've used it 3 times.
You should call him and be like,
I mean, I use
what?
it every week. I actually use it every week for the red zone, even though I don't love it. Like I've gotten to the I don't know if I told you guys this. I've gotten to the habit of making my own red zone because you can put up your own like multiple games, whatever. So I'll put like a game that I have up for fantasy and then a good game of the early hours. And then I'll just check in and, pop into red zone every once in a while. But like last week, I think I watched the Charger Bengal game most of the time. And
Well, it turned out to be a
then-
good game.
It was a good game, yeah. And then there was another. I don't remember what other game I was watching.
7
Maybe
hours of commercial-free football.
Does the other guy say that, or is it only Scott Hansen who says that?
No, the other guy doesn't say it.
Probably pees during the broadcast too.
He's not great. I'll be honest. He's a little dull. Oh, the Viking Lion game was the game I was watching.
Right. All right. Sunday night, Rams, Cardinals. Are the Rams
Monday.
frauds against actual real teams? Probably. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Cardinals at home. Cardinals at home. Give
This
me
is going to be a
Cardinals at home.
52-point game.
Wait, we're starting Saturday games next week?
Probably.
Yeah.
Or is it the following week?
December 18th.
Oh, yeah, because college is over. Yeah.
Raiders, Browns, Patriots, Colts. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Joy. What are we putting for our spread numbers here, boys?
I did 52.
Whoa, I think I did
51
too.
and a half.
Yeah, I put 52 also.
All right, I'm going 60. These teams can put up points.
A quick update. Next week, there are only 2 4:25 games on Fox. It's either the Seahawks and the Rams or the Packers and the Ravens. It's probably going to be Packers-Ravens. So again, next week will probably be useless. If
That's hilarious.
If there's a Fox game on, I'll take it. It's fine. All right, boys.
All right. Before we go,
Yeah.
have you guys
So
been
we gotta,
watching?
First off, we got a live stream moving forward during every hour game, Gurley, because it's the only time they win.
God bless. Have you guys been watching Hawkeye?
Thanks for watching. Yes.
Third
Little-
episode?
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
underwhelmed.
Yeah, third episode was better though.
It was good. It felt, and I heard this from a few people. It felt a little. Wait, that was it. Like it
Right.
felt quick to me. The third episode.
Fair.
At the end, when he's got the sword against the guy's neck, I'm like, what the hell's gonna happen? And then it just went blank. I'm like,
Right.
I've only been
And
watching
I,
for
and
10
I
minutes.
finally
What
saw
happened?
I finally saw Shang-Chi and I loved it. Well,
It's
liked
great,
it.
right?
Yeah, it was
I'm
very
still
good.
waiting for what's it called to come out for free. But anyway,
Eternals, same.
Eternals is a fun watch. It is what it is.
Hawkeye. I read something today. It said that on Twitter. It said that episode 4 is the mind-blowing episode.
It makes
But I said-
sense.
I said this to Vin also. Hawkeye's the guy that's like he's in enough in the movies where it's not too much, and I don't get sick of him. And I really didn't need the show. I
I
didn't
agree.
need more Hawkeye.
So
I agree.
I agree. But if you look at the shows that they've had so far, it's like WandaVision has kind of made Wanda her character. Falcon and Winter Soldier made Falcon Cap. Loki progressed the universes thing, I guess. This is gonna introduce the Daredevil Kingpin area of the universe, I think. Because it's pretty clear, I think Kingpin is going to.
Fun
show
fact:
up
I
at
still
some
have
point.
to. I still have to see
And then that's going
Daredevil.
to be
I never saw it
Spider-Man
on.
and that kind of stuff.
It's not on
I
anything
never. I
anymore.
didn't see. I haven't seen the Netflix show. I never did. Oh,
It's
the
not
Knicks
on
are up.
anything.
Yeah, I
Oh, they
haven't
are-
seen it either. I heard it's very good. I heard the guy's
Yeah.
good. The Kevin Feige said the other day that the guy who plays Daredevil in the show is gonna be him whenever he shows up. So
That was the best show of all of them. Jessica Jones was good too,
I
but
heard.
that was the best of the 4. And of course, if it wasn't 4, actually it was the best of the 5 if you really think about it, because Punisher was built off of that show too. And of course, it's hard to what's his name from
Punisher?
who's the one who
John Bernthal.
right. It's hard
He's
to
Punisher.
top that guy, but the guy who
He's
played
great.
Daredevil
Yeah, he's
was
nice.
incredible. And if you're gonna bring everybody back from Daredevil, Fulton Reed was in the show too.
What was he?
Fulton Reed was
All
his
right,
best
boys.
friend.
It's been
Thank
real.
you for
Thanks
watching us.
everybody.
Still like nobody who's watching anymore. Thank you for that. Don't forget to, at least that's what it says. For all we know, there are billions of people watching us.
0 watching.
All those billions of people, don't forget, like Danny said, like, subscribe, follow us on everything to keep this up. We'll probably start doing this a couple times. It's not bad. It's kind of similar to doing it on Zoom, but now people can actually watch us. With that being said, see you guys next week.
Later.